Um, if you don't know, my name is KT James. My first name is Carrie. I am hard of hearing. I have hearing aids. And this is Desi. Desi is deaf. She'll be voice off. I will be simcomming. And I will be voice interpreting for Desi. Thank you. Hello. Tonight, which do you want? Are we ready to go ahead with Unravel? Yes. Desi has been, yes, dying to talk about the book. I didn't want to say dying, but so she's read 1 to 6. Chapters 1 to 6. So if you have not joined our online ASL Book Club, it's called Definitely Readers, and it's a play on words. Definitely Readers. If you want to join, you can go to our link tree, and is join there. Is on Fable. Also in Discord. So our book club is reading Unravel, which has a deaf character. She is a deaf princess and has magic. Though they don't, the correct name is very interesting. It's not witch, which is what she thought. Remember? But it's a mage. So I thought that was interesting. It's not, they have different kinds of magic. So I think it's pronounced skeen. It's not skin, but skeen. I don't know if I'm saying it right. And there's not an audiobook, I guess, so it's just the best guess. There's like a charm one. What was the others you said? Oh, the herb. So the herb, so like medicine, that kind of thing. There's one more, I think, right? Oh, hold on, a comment. Where is the book club? So it's in our links in our bio. There's a link tree and it has lots of them, and you'll see, click there. You have to download Fable app. It's free. So you download it and then you can go in. And also the link is there for the Discord chat, and that link is in the kickoff chat. But you can also just search on Fable. It is open. You can search for the book club there if you don't want to go to our links. Charms, yeah. Do you need to know ASL to join? No. So typically I will be voice interpreting for Desi, and I will be simcomming. So the point and the biggest focus for this specific book club is to focus on deaf and hard of hearing, deaf-blind authors, or books that have deaf, hard of hearing, deaf-blind characters. So if you're interested in knowing some other books but don't want to join, I have a book list in my link in my bio that has like a lot of books that we've seen, and if I've read them, they're gonna be there too, and it'll let you know. But the goal for this book club is to read and oh, the sign for this, expose, Xpose, expose, like, yeah, showing, expose. Um, See, I still make a lot of mistakes, and I think more English, and when I'm simcomming it's hard because I would have known that sign if I was not speaking to. Um, but it is hard for me to simcom. Um, to expose to more books with deaf and hard of hearing characters, and then also more deaf authors. And I do have some like nonfiction, some poetry, that kind of thing on the list too. We just set up last week. Yes. Yes. So so you have not missed a lot. The first book is that was voted on is Unravel. Just information is there. Yes. And the author likes, oh, okay. Gold Fourth Witch. Yes, that's right. That's right. Thank you. I couldn't remember all of them. So she was listing off all the different kinds of magic that they have. Um, and it's very interesting that all they thought they originally was the woman only can have magic. The man can see. No, man can have magic too. She's just like, what? So the deaf princess name is, ooh, Marguerite. She has a sign name. So if you, yes. So well, no, I think it was, yeah, it was that one. It was in, that is my mother-in-law because she wears a comb too, but it's very similar. So she uses like combs in that is, and it acts like a cochlear or a hearing aid. Hi, Omar. Um, and it's really interesting because if you've read through chapter 5, you will understand why she has the combs and no one else is deaf there. Do you remember that part? Yes. Yes. So let's start back. So chapter 1, she shows that she is going in and they're going to watch with a group of women and they're sewing. The stage is already like, woof, shocking, because they caught women who are accused of witchcraft. So they're having to watch and they're having to sew, they're having to embroider the this like the scene there, what they're seeing. Yeah. And the princess uncle is the one who is judging all of these women. He is causing this and he wants to catch all the witches. So they're coming in, and the last woman is like, no, I'm not a witch, nothing. You have all of this herbs, medicine. You lost your son. He did not die. And he had an accident where he was supposed to drown. But he accused her of protecting your son from death, let him die. And this very much big that they have fates. So they have that belief like system in that the fates will do what they do and you can't change what will be done. Um, and people who were accused, no, accused of the witchcraft are changing their fates. So Marguerite, she is going to save the because her uncle Tease. Okay, so Tease is the male main character, kind of a little bit of a love interest, like romantic interest, kind of. They're young. This is a young adult book too. So back up. The son who was supposed to have drowned, he is there, and the uncle wants him killed too because that would set the fate like where it should be. And then Marguerite is just like, somehow there's chaos that happens. Tease is a diversion. So she goes in and she gets the boy, and she says, she says to the woman, the woman says, go, 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 save my son, go. And they leave. And then with Tease, the boy, Tease, go, she goes back and she sees it's already burning. And the interesting thing is Tease is the first male that she has seen that had magic. Yes, yes. Okay, did you see classic car seats response about the trial was in allegory? Okay, let me catch up. I loved the magical hearing aid. There is a reason why, if you've read it, but basically, in their town, there's no one who is deaf. That is not something that happens because it's not like if you're deaf, like I don't know what will happen, but where Marguerite is originally from, or where her mom is from, there's a lot of deaf people. Is it like Marvey, maybe? I can't remember the name. Marvray. It's hard to pronounce, Marvray. There's a lot of deaf people, and that reminds me, I'm not sure, so a little bit of deaf history. Martha's Vineyard, remember? They had a lot of deaf people there. They had their own sign language, Martha's Vineyard Sign Language, or Chilmook? I think so. Sign language. So they had their own sign. And so this town where Marguerite's mom is from reminds me of Martha's Vineyard. They have a lot of deaf people and they have sign language there. So because Marguerite didn't live there, but where there was no sign and no other deaf people to help, her aunt made her aunt made her the magical hearing aid. So anyways, that part I was like, oh, okay. So she was explaining where she's from, and you're just like, yes, she did. She did add more magic in and gave them back, and they were better. It was like a recharge. Yes. So it was better. So we do hand language. It's interesting. She didn't say sign language. She said hand signs or hand language. Language. Okay. So she was like, "What is that? You already know it. You grew up. Your uncle banned you from knowing it, from learning more, and he broke your hand, her left hand, with an anvil." Yeah. I did have a little bit of a problem with that part, and I just have to think about it like it's magic. Um, but there's learning a language takes time. If anyone is learning sign, you know it takes a long time to become fluent. You would not be having full conversations at 3 weeks of learning. And it does say, she knew it from before and she was remembering, but Teese didn't know it before and he seemed just as fluent. So I was a little bit, okay, interesting, interesting. But it's fine. I just think about it as magic. They must practice a lot. I don't know. Okay, we're gonna catch up on comment. Okay. So French, yes. If you read the book, all the names and the places are mostly French. Yes. Cause it's Richard is the uncle, Julien is the dad. I think it's Gauthier is the grandfather. Um, so do you want to catch up on comments and see what we've missed in the comment about the chapters? Oh, married too, yes. Oh, I didn't realize that they had Dutch. I know some French, so that was easy for me to see that part. Mattel said she has blue magic, right? I think so. I honestly didn't pay attention to the colors. I thought it was gold. I thought that was Teese had gold. Gold. I can't remember. You're probably right. Paige said, do you think that the man is coming from his home maybe has more magic in their area? And his area is Brant, which is an enemy for her area. And at the beginning, if you remember, she didn't tell him that she was a princess, but just helped him. I'm a little bit curious about Teese because he's hiding, like he's sign hiding, hiding, hide. I know sign sometimes. He's hiding something. He has to be because he is like refusing to talk about his family and then he does a little bit, but not a lot. You know that his half brother is evil. He's bad. But I'm what is he hiding? Marguerite has blue magic, yes. So Marguerite has a short name that she's used, I think it's with family, and it's Margot. Right. Maybe he's a pirate. Ooh, that's a good one. What book are we discussing? Unravel by Amelia Loken. I'm sorry, I should have posted the book up here. I will next time. I forgot, honestly. I didn't change my picture. Unravel by Amelia Loken. It has a deaf character. Yes. She's a princess and she has magic. And she has magical hearing aids that are combs. I'm happy that someone agrees with me that he's hiding something. Yes. Hi. Someone noticed that when her magic is running out, is dyeing things blue. Oh, I forgot about that part. So one thing I did think was interesting is so when she's using magic and is starting to like run out, she she keeps going, but she does it by telling a story, because then she can like focus and not have to like worry about the magic, but can just like tell a story. And I want to know the full story. Like, keep writing it out. I thought that was really cool. I was like, oh, she's a storyteller. That's awesome. Paige said she thinks Tease is a pirate. Yeah. Well, well, I want magical hearing aids. Me too. But if you've noticed, they're not perfect, which reminds me of real hearing aids. They're not perfect. They're not like a cure. They don't fix everything. She can't hear everything. And I like that. But yes, very cool that she has magical hearing aids that are pretty too. Also, I don't know if you've read and noticed, when someone kills something, they lose their magic for a month, maybe a day, or forever. So when Tease and Marguerite escape together, they're riding a horse and the dogs are chasing them, and one of them bites Tease, his leg. Yeah, and she tried to get him off and they end up killing the dog. So, or the hound. So they is causing him to lose his magic for a short time. I don't know if he gets it back or what. But and it's explained that that's why most times the men can only see magic, but the women can do it because the women are not going normally to war and killing something. Something of power and skills. I missed that comment. So, Paige and Mrs. Elms or Mr. Selm, not sure. um, yes. So that is how it works. So an interesting fact. In the book that I'm editing now, that I'm working on, my work in progress book, The Lost Daughter, she has hearing aids. And it specifically, I have specifically showed the gaps in the conversation that she can't hear, if she's not reading the lips. And so it's like space, space, or well, it's dot, dot, dot kind of thing. But because that is how it works. Like it's in real life. Yes. We have to figure out, fill in the gaps and catch specific words. So what I'm thinking about doing, and maybe you can let me know if you think this is a good idea. I have the full sentences like written out in my my notes part when I'm editing. So like I see it, so I know like specifically if I've missed like parts of it that I need to add in, like there's too many gaps. Would it be helpful to have like a footnote where you can see the full sentence of what was missed, or have it at in the like the back of the book? Curious, because it's not finished on the editing, so I can always add in that for, well, that's why I said the footnote, because it's not normally in the very back or at the end of the chapter. I could add it to the end of the chapter. Mrs. Elms, thank you. Nope. Okay, thank you, Paige. Okay. Okay. I was just curious because, you know, both of you had said that. I saw that. And I mean, most times it's very clear like what they're missing. Like, who are you? And like the who is missing and the like you is missing. And so you can kind of like guess what it is. I just was curious of the options. Yes. Selena J said, this book you're writing by English author or European? The one we're reading, Unravel, she's American. Hmm. From what we have researched, we could be wrong. Um, Thank you, Mrs. Elms. Yes, I agree with that. Okay. Anyway, so thank you for that little sidetrack. Yes, back to the book. So, I think it's interesting how she is a very confident, even though she grew up being very different and not knowing sign, depending on her combs and lip reading and hiding her magic. Yes, she's hiding her magic, but she is brave. She is very blunt with the boy, and she meets Tease, and then she goes back to try to save her grandfather. She's searching for him, and her grandfather ends up dying on the bed when she was trying to heal him. So she didn't have enough time. And honestly, she didn't know how to really use her magic because she's not a healer. Like, she can imbibe power into clothes, but she's not like a full healer. She doesn't know how to do that. Now, maybe later. Don't know. Maybe. But I feel like when just a little bit of that helps him wake up and to let her know what she needs to know. You need to go here. escape to this island now. Go. You will know everything. Go. And gave her the ring, and she leaves. And if she didn't go back to him, she would not know any of that. So another point that's interesting, I'm curious how many people, bye, thank you for joining. Yes, and I will also add more comments to Discord. I need to do that, sorry. How many people, 6 to 8, maybe? I'm already on chapter 7, so I don't know. We have a little bit more time. Maybe we can get to 10, maybe, we'll see. How many people are hiding their magic? Because her roommate, like her roommate is hiding magic too. And she's helping Marguerite hide her magic with the charms in her dress. Why didn't you tell me? All this time I've known you and you didn't tell me nothing. So she put her charms in my clothes. It was interesting. But I don't know what's going to happen next. After she meets her dad, he explains, and then they leave. She has to go to school, the girls' school, in a different place. Oh, I'm not there yet. It's fine. If there's more people who are, I think that's chapter 6, because 5 ended with her dad showing up on the island. Oh, yes. Yes. H7153. It is very cool. Yes. So did anyone have more things that they noticed, or I know we missed like discussing some things. I almost feel like Hink, or I think his name was Henri first, but then they changed the name. Like, I can't decide if he was just meant to move the story and get them to meet each other, or if he is important to the story. You think he's important? Okay. I think he's important. Okay. Because the mother who died is a witchcraft, and then maybe have magic too. Her roommate is looking out for you by stitching your dress, the charms. Oh, also, I noticed that Marguerite can do magic and see. Yes, she can do both. And it's called a mage. Yes, called her a mage. So I guess my question for that is, most of the people on the island mages, or are they witches who can't see magic but can do it? I can't remember. I just read that. I don't remember. She said I'm not a witch. Oh yeah, I'm not a witch, I'm a mage. Is it Tabitha? What's the name of the aunt? Yes, we know the island queen is, yeah, the island queen. Yes, that's better. We'll just call her that. I don't think that the guy, Tease, is not a mage. Oh, yes, yes. When Tease was hurt, the healer. Yes. It started with a G. That's all I remember. Ooh, I have a Gaspar. Thank you, Omar. Um, Gaspar. I knew Gaga something. Gaspar. Um, so here's a theory, maybe. Yes, a theory. If you remember, Marguerite said when she was sending a letter to her dad that the brothers are twins and they're identical, right? You think, yes, maybe that they swapped? Yes, that they swapped places? Maybe. Because her dad was in the magical war, so in the battles, and came back fast. Yes, because he was on the border to like guard against the Brant people. And you know the uncle is looking for Marguerite. And you know that the uncle was didn't like her mom and had like researched and like tried to figure out where her mom was from. And you know her uncle doesn't like the island people. Do you think? I hate the uncle. He's a shithead. I said it. Sorry. I haven't seen read this, but I'm still enjoying it. Hi, Jack. Yes, it's good. It's actually it's very fascinating. I have wanted to keep reading it, so that always makes me like a book if I don't want to put it down. Um, or if I come back and read it again. I'm really bad about if I've started a book and I put it down. Um, if I don't finish it at the time that I'm reading and sitting, most times I won't go back and I pick up a different book. I'm a chaotic reader. Desi calls me that. But this is a good book. I've put it down a few times to do my work, but I've picked it back up and I've read it. It's very interesting. I really enjoy the magic. Should we tell them? Should we tell them? Yes. Paige said, I like their descriptions of cross stitch or of embroidery. Yes. Yes. Makes me want to go back to cross stitch again. Should we tell? Tell what? You are the one who, yes, the author. Okay. So we have some special news. So we contacted the author, just Amelia Loken, just to let her know that Definitely Readers was reading the book right now. And she was so excited to hear about it. And I asked, what do you think about possibly sitting down to just guest with us on a when we finish and on a live. Yes, absolutely would love that. So we will plan a time, a day, whichever, and sit down on a live with her to talk about the book. So if you have any on the Discord chat, because it's easier there to create things, I will set up a comment, like a chat area where you can put your questions that you have that you want to ask the author. And so that we will make sure we have questions before we start the live. And I'm going to go ahead when we figured out the day. So we're going to offer her some options, like a normal Monday or Wednesday night, and then maybe a Saturday afternoon or a Sunday afternoon. We'll give her a few, and then we'll let you guys know. And I'll set up an event on my TikTok page that says like when we have it. But like, how exciting is that? Like, I was not expecting that to happen. I'm gonna be very honest. I was not expecting anything to like come from the question, but she was really excited, and she had shared that we were reading the book, and so we were just like, hey, would you be willing to do it? And it is also very, very interesting. So she was an ASL interpreter for around 30 years, and then she had hearing loss herself. So, so she has hearing aids and she simcoms. She is retired from interpreting because she experienced hearing loss. So she is a late deafened woman. But like, it was just exciting. So, like, yay. So we need to read it, and then hopefully maybe the last week of April to sit down with her. And we possibly might try to get depending, we're discussing it with the author, maybe having an interpreter joins. We'll see. We'll look and see. Just because it's voice interpreting for Desi is easier for me because I know Desi, but trying to simcom myself, voice interpret, maybe voice interpret for her would be a little bit of a challenge that I would like more. I would volunteer, but I'm not certified. Nice. So, but it was exciting. So we may ask one of our interpreter friends, specifically both of them that I would think about asking like reading, so they might be interested. We'll see. But whatever, regardless of what happens, we're really excited to have her join with us. And I don't know if it'll be TikTok or Instagram. I'm not sure. We have not decided or set it up yet, but we will, as soon as we know anything, we'll tell you ASAP. So that was the special news. And it just happened today.